What's your thoughts on buying sandbox coins and buying sandbox land today? Is that a good move or is that too risky?
Too risky.
Mm,
I I have a feeling that any of the things that claim to be like the land of the metaverse, those are not. I don't think they're going to make it. I think the land of the metaverse is not going to be a plot of land in a game, but it's going to be like if you own a piece of culture, like owning a punk or owning an X copy. To me, that is like the land of the metaverse because I think people sometimes think of it as being too literal. I mean, yes, the metaverse will, it's going to be, Web 3, Web 3D. Like it will be like a 3D, world, but the thing that world's going to be built off is not going to be built off some token. I mean, most likely it'll be and the first iteration of it probably built off some centralized server like Facebook. And so what it's going to be, if you want to own it, you're going to want to own culture because that's what it's going to be based off of. Think about Ready Player One is like, and Ready Player One is like, there's so many brands everywhere. Like that's all it was about. Like no one ever cared too much. And then, the movie and the book about the technology, it was just brands everywhere. And so, I mean, and I forget the name of the company, but there was a company that owned all the servers. So I think, at least in the first part of it, I think that there's going to be no way for us to try to like own the land of it, and so I think that's kind of a futile way of doing it. I think the best way to do it would be to own a punk, would be to own what would be the brand that represents the metaverse.
What's your thoughts then on things like Meebits that have like the Lava Labs Meebits where they've been there for a long time? They've gone for like 3, 4 ETH. Are they really undervalued because they've had that longevity you were just mentioning about earlier? Are they undervalued at the moment?
I mean, yeah, I guess Meebits is a kind of an interesting situation. Yeah, I never really knew how to price Meebits. I mean, the problem about Meebits is
No community, no
it might be
Discord.
too early. In a way, it might be too early because right now we're kind of at the point where everyone's it's just about 2D profile pictures, and then it's about art that you can hang on your wall. There's no meta. I mean, there is a metaverse narrative, but there's no concrete metaverse yet, or even just like an early, the early beginnings of one. And so you can load up on Meebits and hope Meebits are the avatars of the metaverse, but I don't really. To me, it's like I wouldn't really get at this current moment why to get a Meebit. But I mean, yeah, because since they were one of the first, and you have kind of CryptoPunks were the avatars of the 2D metaverse, then Meebits should be the avatars of the 3D metaverse.